bờ tây dương tôi muối mà qua mà mơ mà mắm mà rồi bây giờ muối quan cái đó nhà 35 km thuê cột hay còn mà thay muối bờ tây bộ nâng xã ra đồng đấy ta bờ tây dương bờ tây khai tôi gì xây nữa tôi chỉ phép lo nè chưa ta lịch này dương mình chỉ một lúc phô khâu tí dương còn mình trong oi của tê dương khai tôi chỉ phép đây dương con tới trong ban nơi ai cả đi phép mùi đỏ trâm trần dương trong ban tức đây dương đỏ trâm trần màu bình dương trong ban chiết dương để bắt bong pi ở thập tay nó bọc luôn vương được lọc màu bình tại còn nó mà chẳng am nó bọc đây còn dương mình trong ban đây dương miên coca dương miên con thò dương miên sở đôi chân này nét để sọp dương đừng bị niết luôn chia ao xa này có khiêm sông hỏi anh đâm một tiêu đại chiaสมาชิกในรัฐบาลมหาจักรคอมตอบต้องให้หนึ่งสักการะการศึกษาถึงอ๋อเต็มจำนวนมวยหนึ่งปีให้หนึ่งยังบรรทอโจทีใบเทียบสวากรมไอ้ดอมได้บันช่วยมันจูรวมความตัวยืนของไทยนี่ที่มวยคือไอ้ดอมแดนนี่แบลเชอร์ Ladies and gentlemen, may I present my distinguished guest, Danny Belcher. Please come to the stage.
About 7 or 8 years ago, I met with Salvador Lamb in Washington, D.C. And like some other leaders, we had a dream. And I said, let's not do like the Vietnam veterans. We came back and we had one big organization, then we had two, then we had several, then they fought amongst each other and lost the focus of helping the veterans. The Cambodians are doing the same thing, little organizations that could not agree. So we need one big organization, one that our government will listen to, one that can speak for the free Cambodians in this country, that can speak about the bad things. In Cambodia, Hun Sen's friend years ago was Peng Mu Ma, one of the biggest drug dealers in Southeast Asia. One of his other friends was a fat white man, this former President Bill Clinton's lawyer, that did bad things with little kids in Cambodia. But he took rich oil money there to buy up the oil. Only a few people in Cambodia have reaped the riches that Cambodia has. It's time for the people that love Cambodia to govern Cambodia and treat the little children, treat the mountains, treat the people right, and show respect to Cambodia. Today, you have that ability. This is the leadership, this is the government that Cambodia needs to be a free Cambodia. Thank you.
And one of the coalition members we met few years ago, right? Yeah. So he's stand firm and strong commitment with us too. Deputy Chief of Staff Bobby Branesky, would you please say a few words to my people?
Thank you very much. I'm very honored and humbled to be here today to speak to all of you. This is a momentous occasion, a very historic day. I have to tell you that I'm very honored to be very good friends with Southern Ireland and to respect everything that he is trying to do and everything you are trying to do in trying to become your own free government. We respect deeply everything that the Cambodian people have done and are doing for freedom, both in the United States and in Cambodia. And I want to thank you for allowing us to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you. Kind of. You give me a big hug, that's all. Okay. That's all Cambodian people want to hear. Change. Not to destroy it, but change. Not to use nuke. But diplomacy. Correct? Ladies and gentlemen, my distinguished honor and welcome Colonel Shelby Russell here today. Colonel?
Thank you for all your special hospitality. It's been a great pleasure to be here, and thank you very much for the Medal of Honor yesterday. I really appreciate that. I respect and stand with you as you fight for your fair treatment and equality and dignity in Cambodia. I can sort of relate to that as an African American growing up in America, where we at one time in our history did not have fair and equal treatment. We had abuses. We've had people die. So as you strive for your equality, your fair treatment, your human rights and your dignity in Cambodia, keep moving. Keep moving forward. Because change is not easy, but people can make things change. People are the power to make change. Not bullets or bombs, but people. So keep doing what you're doing in your fight for economic stability, fair treatment, human rights and respect, not only in your country, but for all people. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel. It's a great honor to welcome all of you here with us once again. It's just about lunchtime, so before we go into lunch, let me have one of our department open speech, which is in English first. Okay, the Department of English, would you come up to the stage? And what do you have for these people here?
Cambodia, Paris Peace Agreement of October 23, 1991. Dear compatriots, according to Paris Peace Agreement of October 23, 1991, alas, 20 years after, the Khmer people have not seen come this cancellation of the bilateral treaties 1979, 82, 83, and 85. However, they are very disappointed with the adoption under the threat of the puppet government. The addictive bilateral treaty 2005 to extend the previous treaties unequal and unjust and consolidate the colonization and the territorial annexation of Cambodia by the Vietnam Communists. Under this bilateral treaties and resulting laws, decrees, administrative measures, the Vietnam has flouted as master and slave, sovereignty, independence, and territorial integrity of Cambodia, as if the Paris Agreement did not exist, and that Cambodia still remains under its domination since the invasion of its troops, January 7, 1979. The leaders of the two countries are scorning the people of Cambodia by manipulating the national and international public opinion, by violating the Paris Agreement of 23rd October 1991, that Cambodia and Vietnam are signatories. Clearly, Cambodia already is the Vietnamese territory in every sense of the term. The Khmer people openly take in Hun Sen as dictator and traitor to the motherland, and Vietnam Communists as imperialist and colonizer of Cambodia. Finally, the Khmer people consider in fact the second Khmer monarchy and all the apparatus of the royal communist state as traitors to the nation. Early in the 21st century, the Cambodian people want absolutely to live free, independent, and non-colonized by the Vietnam, exactly as was the Vietnamese people in the 20th century by fighting against the French colonists. Dear compatriots, the cancellation of these treaties have been already finalized in 1993. After Cambodia had its king, its government, and the other institutions such as the National Assembly and the Senate in accordance with its constitution. As the leaders of this second monarchy are traitors, this is why the Khmer people did not see come the annulment and the independence of Cambodia. These traitors are introduced in force. The second monarchy are impunity, treason, dictatorship, injustice, and corruption are rampant to better serve the Vietnam Communists. To recover independence and to defend their territorial integrity, the Khmer people have no choice but to fight a war of liberation. To do this, the people will have to hunt by themselves. All the traitors of the power, and by all means under the Paris Agreement, the Charter of the Universal Declaration of the Human Rights, and the 1993 Khmer Constitution. They must not accept this fate, accomplish, and must not rely on their royal communist leaders. The Khom Interim government